Now, if you're in a particular area in your yard and you notice that you have these light green grasses that are growing faster than probably the other grass that's around it, there's a good chance that's nutsedge. We'll go ahead and take a little closer look and see what we're working with. So this little clustering right here of grass is called nutsedge. So how these work is there's a stem that shoots off from two what I believe are called nutlets. Yeah, I know, funny, right? That are down the ground, and when you pull these off or try to pluck them, they disconnect from the nutlets that are down the ground, and then they spread more nutsedge. So that's kind of what I've heard. I'm not a professional around like that, but this is what's kind of going on in this area. It's kind of hard to see on video, but when we get out, you see all around here there's this light green grass that's growing. It's also a different shape than your normal grass. Like I said, it's light green and it's more like a thicker blade that's V-shaped, and it grows probably 2 to 3 times faster than the grass that's around it. This is called nutsedge, and today we're going to mix up a little concoction of what we're going to use to try to kill this stuff off. This right here is kind of an overview of the products we'll be using today to get rid of that nutsedge. So as I mentioned before in other videos, I recommend going to Walmart and getting a cheap $10, 1 gallon multi-use sprayer. They're $10, so you don't have to worry about getting any kind of chemicals in your normal backpack sprayer that you typically wouldn't want to spray all over your yard. Like I said, get one of these from Walmart, $10, saves you a headache having to clean out another tank, and you can also use it over and over again. So say you have anything left over, just pick it up, use it. So this is gonna make a gallon using the Sedgehammer. So I made a video about this before, but this is a Sedgehammer packet it comes in. This is enough to do, it looks like 1 gallon, if I'm not mistaken. So basically you take this, empty it into your gallon sprayer right here, and then you spray your selected areas or desired areas. On the box it says no need for additives, just mix with water and spray. So I guess you don't need to add any kind of surfactant, but a surfactant would be added in here like dish soap, or you can buy actual surfactant to help the Sedgehammer stick to the leaf blades better. So this box doesn't necessarily need it, so we're just gonna add water. We're gonna mix this inside here, attach all this together, and then we're gonna spray some nutsedge. So now we have water inside this tank. We're gonna go ahead and put these all together, and then we'll add our Sedgehammer. So these are the directions that are on the back of the Sedgehammer package when you get it. So you just basically pour your entire Sedgehammer packet with 1 gallon water, then you mix it, no need for additives, and then you spray on the affected hours, and then you spray on the affected areas, and it's rain fast within 4 hours. So it's kind of a overcast day, so we might be getting some rain, but hopefully this will be rain fast by then. So now that I have everything poured into here, we're going to put our lid on, and then we're going to give it a good shake, make sure everything's all incorporated. One thing I recommend doing is labeling your bottle, so that way this can be its own dedicated bottle for Sedgehammer. I'm going to have a bunch left over, so I'll just put a label on it, put it on the shelf, leave it there, and then whenever if I have some nutsedge that pops up again, I just grab this bottle and it's ready to go. So the Sedgehammer cost me about $20. So if you go ahead and figure what you get at the big box stores, I got this from Site One. So it was $20 for the packet, which makes 1 gallon of this Sedgehammer. Or you can spend about the same and get the little spray bottle, the one that you can get at bigger big box stores. So this might sound like it costs a little bit of money, but I mean, you got a gallon of it as opposed to, whatever you put on the end of a hose or you spray with by hand. So I recommend looking into this. It's a pretty cheap option. That's the way I went. And I've tried the other ones before, they work too, but this actually saves you a little bit of money in the long run. So now they're all mixed up, let's go ahead and add our Sedgehammer to the affected corner and a couple areas around the property. Now, some of you have been wondering, how do you get nutsedge? So from what I've been able to gather, you get nutsedge by having low points with poor drainage in certain areas, and the water pools up and it's an overabundance of water, and that's typically how it grows. I don't exactly know anything beyond that. That's just kind of what I've learned and read about. So if you have areas that usually have pooling areas of water like I do back in this corner over here, there's a good chance that whatever you might be seeing that's lime green, if you're not sure if it's nutsedge or not, probably will be. That's a really big weed that a lot of people get in their yards. So now that we got everything sprayed out, we're gonna make sure that we have a 4-hour window where we're not getting any rain. It's looking a little overcast, so hopefully that get that 4-hour window. If not, no big deal. That's just what the box says. I'm sure it's gonna work either way. So like I said, if you're in your yard and you're looking around and you got this lime green grass that's growing faster than everything else around it, it's thicker blade, it comes out almost like a V shape, good chance you have nutsedge. So my recommendation is go down to Site One. If you really have to and you have no other choice, you can go ahead and go down to Lowe's or whatever and pick up something called Sedgehammer, or Sedgehammer is gonna be over at Site One, but over at Lowe's I think it's like Nutsedge Killer, something like that from like Bayer or somewhere. I believe I have a video somewhere on here about nutsedge that I made in the past, so go ahead and check that video out. But as far as the nutsedge back here, that's done. taken care of. So we're gonna go ahead and move to the front where I'm gonna discuss some future plans with you guys. This is the front yard in its current state as it is. It's not in too bad a shape. I got some areas that, you know, had some disease, but it's okay. I mean, as far as the color, it's okay, but it's not uniform. Like, as you can see, I have lime green grass in here, but that's not nutsedge. It's a different type of grass from, you know, the different years and different types of cultivars of fescue that's in here. Also, I have some tracks that are in here that are kind of rutted. The Time Master's heavy, so I mean, when you start running almost the same pattern, most of the time you're gonna start getting ruts. So I kind of have to do a little bit of a leveling project as well. What I'm thinking is I might just go ahead and kill this whole thing off. I think I've kind of mentioned that before. This side, as well as this side, and starting over. Now, what I'm not sure what I want to go with is going to be either going from the stuff from side one. It's a pretty good combination of grass seed. I'll post a picture up right now. That's local to me. It's called the Excalibur blend. I use that in the backyard and it came out pretty well. So I can either get my grass seed from side one, or I can try, you know, a different place altogether. So I'm looking at a couple different options. I want to hear what you guys think in the comments down below. So I could try going with Artemis. It's been pretty popular among the tall fescue people for, you know, maybe a couple years now, at least to my knowledge. Seems to be doing really well. People put some really nice pictures online where it looks great. I think it's like, what, $185 for a 50-pound bag, which, I mean, isn't too bad, but, you know, considering side one 50-pound bag is only $125, and it's local, I'm leaning more towards that. But Artemis sounds like it'd probably be a pretty good choice. I mean, a lot of people seem to like it. Another option I was also thinking about was going with the GCI, I guess whatever mix they have that, you know, Pete uses on his channel, which looks great. People seem to like that as well. Prices are a little bit, you know, higher than it is for the local stuff as well. And then there's another local company that has a pretty good grass. See, that's like what my neighbor uses. I mean, his color looks pretty solid over here. He does nothing to his yard except mow it, and it's pretty much on par with mine for the most part. I mean, it's kind of hard to see in the video, but he has really nice looking yard. So that's another local company. So it's kind of, you know, what you guys think about it. Just go ahead and comment down below what you guys recommend. Anyway, that's it for today's video. Thanks you guys for checking it out, and then if you have any questions, post them down and I'll try to get to them whenever I get a chance to. See ya. Here's that same area maybe a week after filming that video where I sprayed all the nutsedge. So you can see nutsedge all along here is all dying. Sedgehammer is working as it's been advertised, and I'm happy with the end result so far. This will all be dead in no time, and it'll be ready for me to do my overseeding. And here's the other corner of the yard where we had the larger infestation. As you can see, there's nothing that's really growing faster than the other grass that's growing around it. I think we took care of the nutsedge problem over in this corner as well. Again, it's been about a week. This is pretty much the result you could expect.